Come on, Keith, we are running a little bit late. In you go. Today is very exciting because supposedly they are launching the Falcon Heavy rocket a bit later. I'm super excited. It's all I can think about, which is a big problem.
Will we see it in space in between that?
No, unfortunately we won't be able to see it. Jasper's doing space at school, so he's particularly interested as well, aren't you? So I just got through sleeping for 3 hours. Wow, not really what I had planned for the start of today, but I suppose I only had 3 hours sleep last night. Probably a good thing. However, I now have a very short amount of time to do some quick editing, try and make some progress with the garage, because that's basically the secret in my life to getting stuff done, seems to be. Just if you don't want to do it, if it's one of those things that's blocking you, then what I have to make sure I do is a little bit every day, and that way it will definitely get done. There's nothing like having slept half the day to ensure that you're in a rush. Hello, I am here for camera cases. Upgrade. Well, that's very disappointing. My favourite camera shop that always seems to have the bags that I want for my cameras, the ones that fit, and guess what? It's closing. Done the shopping for the day. Very happy with the new pouch and very devastated that my favourite camera shop is closing. That's probably because of Amazon, you know. Damn online shopping. The thing about things like bags, right, is if you don't get an opportunity to actually try them, it's very difficult to know whether your camera is going to fit, especially if you put micro muffs on the microphones and a quick connect plate on the bottom. It's not the same size as a standard Sony RX100 or Canon G7X. If you can't give it a try, it's no good. What worries me is I'm not sure there's a viable economic model around those kind of shops anymore. Not in a world with Amazon anyway. Right, there is so much to do in here, and I've got to go pick up Jasper in like half an hour or something, so these bits can go in the attic, and then I'll have done something. Half the problem is just trying to find enough actual room to do anything at all. I give up. That's it. No time for any more today. Okay, now it's time to go grab Jasper quickly. Despite the fact that I slept half the day, it's getting more productive. Okay, so while we are waiting for Jasper's school to finish, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I find so exciting about Falcon Heavy. Because there's a principle at play, I think, which is that modularity. And it's something that electric vehicles often benefit from as well. You know, the fact that the electric motor that goes in one EV can very easily be put into a different EV. Now, how that relates to something like a rocket is a little bit different, especially when we're talking about Falcon Heavy, because it has been a significant amount of extra time on top of what they originally thought in order to get Falcon Heavy to the point where it is ready to launch. Part of that is because they had to strengthen the central booster, but the largest part of it is because Falcon 9 just wasn't in its final form yet. Now it is, probably, although I'm sure they'll make some tweaks at some point, but they've got that single unit in a really good state, and they've tested, they've landed like 20 of them, they've reflown some of them, they've got a lot of information about how that particular rocket works, and they've put together Falcon Heavy out of 3 of them. And the advantage you get with that is it means that they might actually land all 3 later today, which would be incredible for the very first flight of a rocket that is more than twice as powerful as anything else that flies at the moment. I mean, the 2 side boosters, they shouldn't take any damage. You know, even if the central core is going too far and too fast to be easily refurbishable, assuming they get it back at all, the side boosters don't have that problem. So that's why I'm very excited. Having modularity baked in is extremely useful, because it means that what you end up with is that reliability that was inherent in the original single unit, but now you have that in the combined new vehicle, hopefully. I guess we're going to find out a little bit later. Hope the thing doesn't just blow up. Might do. Right, Jasper, let's get you in. Yeah, it is a bit hypnotising, isn't it? They have delayed the Falcon Heavy launch, so I am just going to have a super duper quick run. Right, that was 10 minutes, 2 kilometres, and I've done my run for the day. Yes, I know, Jasper, I'm just coming. Right, we're going to just have that quick pizza now. I just hope the wind shear is not going to be a problem. Twitter's the best way to get hold of information about things like this. Ooh! 3:45 potential liftoff, which is 8:45, which gives me enough time to have this pizza and get Jasper to bed. Yes! That's the book that I read Jasper tonight. Seemed appropriate. And now I get to go upstairs and watch this rocket launch. Hopefully. Have to be a little quiet because Jasper's just above me. They're now fueling the thing, so it's getting more and more likely that they'll actually launch it. The SpaceX feed is live.
However, despite its small size, Falcon 1 served a very large purpose. It was our roadmap to using modern technologies to engineer a vehicle that was not just more reliable, but was less expensive than alternatives.
SpaceX has come along such an enormous distance. It's just incredible what they've achieved in such a short space of time. T-minus 10 minutes. I've got to say, SpaceX really do put on an amazing show. Truly brilliant. And they've obviously put a lot of thought into the payload as well. You've got the Roadster, there's a plaque with all the names of everybody on there. Right, 6.5 minutes to go. It's like the longest 2 minutes of my life. Come on. It's nice to have a slightly neater office with which to do things like this. I'm looking forward to getting the garage sorted as well. I've got some longboard wheels I need to swap over tomorrow. Well, for tomorrow. 1 minute to go. Falcon Heavy is in startup, oh my god. Oh my god, 30 seconds.
8, sub booster ignition, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Holy moly! Whoa. Look at that! I cannot tell you how cool what I'm seeing is. I can't. My heart's going like crazy. Look at that shot. Oh my god. How do they do this? How do they do this? Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It looks like there's a Roadster heading in the direction of Mars. There you go. Elon Musk is a bloody genius, isn't he? He's determined to make space something that is fun and that everybody is interested in, because then we can do really cool stuff. And wow, totally synchronized, almost like the same image. I'm speechless, I'm literally lost for words. Hang on a minute, that is the same image. Yeah, somebody's obviously having some, oh look at that, look. Oh, get out of here! Oh, Wow, that's just crazy. Yeah, getting some cool shots. I think that's the end. Don't know what happened with that booster. I don't know if the center core landed or not. It still haven't found out. Maybe I'll find out later. But what I can say is seeing those two boosters just landing, like synchronized, it was just absolutely, truly, there are no words to describe how impressed I am with what SpaceX have achieved. In totality, not just today, with all the other launches they've done. But what I find so fascinating about it is they're really proving, firstly, this is what NASA should have built, not the space shuttle. And secondly, they are demonstrating the viability of a technological approach that most people didn't think was viable 10 years ago, or probably actually even half an hour ago. And proving that is incredibly important because at the moment everyone kind of wastes their time building rockets the old-fashioned way. They go up, they come down, bits go in the ocean, you build a new one. Consequently, space hasn't really shown an awful lot of progress because it's very difficult to really improve that process. It doesn't, all you can really do is just try and make the rocket a bit cheaper. Something like SpaceX, taking the concept of reusability and building it into the design of the machine, even at the expense of some performance. What it does is it frees up the ability to really use space. And that's what's so truly exciting about seeing something like this for me, is that it is demonstrating the viability of this way of launching. Something which, for all the talk of space planes and launching from aircraft and doing it this way and doing it that way, but they haven't proven themselves. Well, whether the center core landed or not, SpaceX just proved, in my opinion, that reusable rockets are the way to get to space. Hello! The SpaceX launch was incredible. Oh, the showmanship they put on is fantastic. Yeah, did I mention I've got to quickly... These rough stuff wheels look like they're great fun, but I'm not used to them. And they also look like they're probably not quite as grippy as the proper all-terrain ones that came with the Evolve board, and I don't want to come off and hurt my ankle again. And ready to go. I am going to say goodbye for tonight now. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next instalment of my daily vlog. Bye! Side cores landed side by side back on the sort of landing pads on land, and the center core carries on onto the drone ship, you see.
Oh, wow.
So the footage cut out. It's now been like about an hour, so it's not looking good for the center core.
Oh no!
But
it's a bit on the edge of your seat.
yeah, well, not really. I mean, the mission was basically a success.